Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I'm here with Frontier, and they only just announced the playoff brackets. So we're just going to take a quick look over all of them. We're not going to do some super in-depth analysis or anything like that, but we're just going to take a quick look. So these brackets were actually revealed right before we're going to start our first match tomorrow, or I guess today, since it's already 12 a.m. In most of the world.
Dang.
So it's a little bit different from previous seasons because it used to be that we would know our opponent like 3 or 4 days in advance or even more. But this time they just revealed it and it's like, okay, go. So okay, let's just go alphabetically. Let's look at Group A. So Group A, I see quite a few names I don't see very often. QT, Roaring. These are players I don't see very often up here, but I do recognize the name Lord Gelmud. I recognize the name Armro, Langston, Anto. I've seen these players in playoffs quite a bit, but of course the big player to look out for here is of course Luxit Crossley. He is the seeded player in this bracket. For those of you who are not all caught up, the players who get the 16 highest scores during ladder, they actually get seeded each into one of the brackets. I don't know why they do it that way. It's just that's just the way they decided to do it. But for this bracket, it is indeed Luxit Crossley, who was our champion last season. And it looks like he has a King of the Red Moon avatar here. So let's see if we'll see if he decides to play that character a bit. Okay, so Group B. Well, the first thing I see is Nitro over here. So of course, Nitro is a very popular content creator and streamer. He's up against Campanella, who is part of the Art Academy, and he's actually a guildie of mine. So let's see if Nitro can handle Campy.
Okay, we'll watch it.
Okay, I am trying to find the. Okay, so the seeded player here, I believe, is Yum Yum. Okay, so he's actually only gone up to top 64 before, so I'm kind of surprised that he's able to play enough to get to a seeded position, unless this is just somebody who's copying the name, like sometimes people do that.
Yeah.
Transforce, I've seen this guy around. Alright, so, yeah. Yeah, I imagine fans of Nitro will be watching him play, but I don't know, I gotta support my guildie. Alright. Group C has quite a few big players here. So,
yep.
First we have Yoasobi here. So Yoasobi is also known as Urban Liana. He is a very strong player. I don't believe he is the seeded player though. I believe
the guy you just talked about. Because you tap on his card, it says season 6 top 8.
Well, no. I know Yoasobi, like he's a guildie of mine, and I know like he's Urban Liana. He usually is kind of lazy about the ladder. He just plays like enough to get into playoffs. He's actually not the type of person who plays a lot until he can get into top 16.
Oh, sorry, you're right. It's not of last season. It's the top 16 of the points for this season.
Right. That's how they decide it. It's not actually based on. Yeah. It's kind of weird. It kind of encourages people to play a lot if they want to get seeded. Some people do that. Okay, I know who the seeded player is now. It's actually My Arrow is back. He's a seeded player here. So a player who got into top 16 in season 1.
Nice.
And has made it into playoffs basically every season since then. So he's a seeded player here. He's probably going to run into Urban Liana in his second match. So that might be a match worth watching. Last Raven here is also a really good player. He's like a pretty big whale from Korea, as I understand it. True God is also a really good player. Absol is also.
Yeah, I've seen him before. He's pretty good.
So this bracket has a lot of really good players in it as well. I believe if this is Dark Knight, like the actual Dark Knight. This is the actual Dark Knight. So Dark Knight is also a very good player. So yeah, this group is pretty stacked.
Nice.
So can't really go wrong if you want to watch a good game here, or if you want to see some whales.
The whale fight.
Yes. All right, Group D. Let's take a look here. Z808 is here. He is a recent addition to the Strategy Squad member, and I know he likes posting his videos around quite a bit.
Yeah.
I believe he's actually a huge Betty user. I believe that's one of the big things about Zed 808. He's one of the legendary Betty users.
I exist.
So the seeded player here is Sui. So Sui is he's consistently done very well. Miyoko very well. So a couple strong players here as well. All right, let's check it out. Group E. Let's see if we recognize. Well, Zelda is here. So Zelda.
I just saw Zelda like, I can concede.
Yeah. So Concede is here as well. So Zelda and Concede are both very strong players. They are both players who are lazy and don't play that much. So they are not the seeded players. The seeded player actually is Meru here. Meru, of course, is also a very good player. So gonna be quite a few interesting matches to be seen here. I think Zelda versus Meru in the second match, if we see him get there, will be a very interesting match. You know, sometimes even the best players will lose in the first round. You never know.
Bad luck is bad luck.
Bad luck, or they just think they're off their game, or some up and coming player comes in and ruins their shut your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so Group F. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious who the seeded player here is. It's Eggtang. Eggtang is consistently a very high-ranking player. I believe he made it into playoffs every single season. Yep. And he's always placed very high, as you can see. I mean, sometimes, last season he actually got knocked out early because of some careless plays. I still remember that. Testarossa here, as I recall, I haven't matched against Testarossa in a long time. The last time I matched against Testarossa, he was playing like
I'm seeing
he was playing
a scene of so you go.
He was playing a Heroes of Time box, but I don't know if he still does that. I don't believe he does. Heroes of Time as a faction doesn't do that great by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've noticed there's a couple of these dudes called the Mist people. Mm-hmm. That's all. Mist Soldier, Mist Foot Soldier, Mist Tank. It was...
I didn't notice that myself, but I guess it must be...
They're coming, they're here.
Must be some kind of theme. Yeah, I recognize a couple names here. But yeah, Eggtang is a player I'd probably look out for the most in this group. Alright, Group G. I believe the seeded player here is Deader Than Dead. That's a pretty nice name there. Boomerang is here. Boomerang is a strategy squad member. Yeah, he really likes posting his juggler plushie.
That's the dude.
Yeah, he's in the strategy squad chat. He always posts his juggler plushie.
I love seeing those memes. They're great.
He keeps showing off his merchandise to everybody. Oh, Trisket is here. So if you want to see, I don't know if Trisket will be streaming. I'm assuming she will be, but yeah, if you, I guess you can check out Trisket's stream if you want to.
She's battling my guild leader. I don't know who to vote for.
Oh, Kyutaru. Yeah, Kyutaru is Sissy White. Did he 6-star Sissy White?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's check it out. Nope, it's not 6-star yet.
Nope.
Yeah, it's.
But he did spend the money to get the Echo up.
Well, if you got the money, I can. If you got the money, I can understand if you can't resist.
Yeah, it's a really good
skin.
And
of course,
got the money, I would do.
Also got the Florentia skin here, of course.
Yeah. He's a whale. I'm calling you out.
Santachai is here. Santachai is a pretty big rush player, so he's also very good. Yeah, so he's also a player I think a lot of people take notice of. All right, Group H. So, again, lots of players I recognize here. Hatsune Miku, Winkleman, Zod K. I am not entirely sure who the seeded player here is.
What's Serial? What's the Russian one? Russian Wikituber. Wait, not Wikituber, sorry.
Yeah, Annie Rell is here. She is one of the big streamers or strategy squad members from Russia. She didn't make it last season because she didn't play enough, but she did make it this season.
Good job.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the big things about making it into playoffs. It's not necessarily about, it's not just about whether or not you have the stats and the play skill to get here. It's also about having the time to play that much. you do have to play quite a bit to get into the playoffs.
Nice.
Okay, so the seeded player here is actually Yi Chao. I am actually not familiar with this player. Okay, so he actually usually doesn't make it super far in playoffs, but either maybe he's got serious about Apex this season. We'll see. So Winkleman is usually a pretty good player as well. Hatsune Miku, also a pretty good player. I'm interested to see how Anirel does. We'll see. And oh yeah, for those of you who want a free-to-play player to cheer on, Anirel is 100% free-to-play. She is. She doesn't even buy the Clock of Forgiveness. So.
Oh my gosh!
Yes,
okay.
She's hardcore free-to-play. So if you want to support a free-to-play player, there you go, Anirel.
Nice. Yeah.
Group I. Okay, so the seeded player here, I believe, is Let's Uninstall. We've seen around it before. He's a good player. Yeah, and quite a few players I recognize here. Gillard Ingram, I believe, is their Betty player, but I don't know. Last time he didn't bring Betty into playoffs. I don't know if he's going to do that this time. Sophia, good player. Whooper, good player. Tiergrants. I don't know if this is supposed to be Moondoggy, and he's just like changed his name to screw with people. Is this Moondoggy? I actually know.
Moondoggy.
Moondoggy.
I don't know.
Oh, I think this is the Roy Lee account actually. Because Roy Lee quit the game, and I believe he gave the account, or like he's either gave or sold the account to Moondoggy, I think it was. So this might be that account.
It probably is because all the likes. Probably.
Yeah. So I believe this is in fact the Roy Lee account. I don't know who plays it anymore. Actually, like I know Moondoggy like sort of maintains it, but I don't know like if he actually plays it.
Okay.
Okay, Group J. The seeded player here is SCL, and he's up against Langston, who's a pretty good player, so this might be an interesting match. Manson is a pretty big whale, so if you like seeing a big whale using his whale powers, there's Manson. Whir is a pretty fun player to watch. Sometimes, it really depends, but sometimes Whir brings in some like super off-meta units to use, and it's always fun to watch that. I believe Whir has actually brought in like Lester and stuff into some of the playoffs before. So here's Fresh Prince. This is the Lemons account from way back. Not some, like I said before in the past, this isn't necessarily like a super OP account anymore, but it is still a pretty good account. I don't know who plays it. I don't know who's playing it. Trinhov, huge PvE well, and of course does well in PvP as well. So,
that's okay.
So if you want to see another whale crushing, Pash. I know Pash. He's not like a guppy or anything. He's actually a little bit whale. He's like a dolphin. So like if you want to see a whale crushing a dolphin, or possibly a dolphin winning against a whale, it's like you can try watching this one. All right, Group K. So here we got Tomato, who is I'm not sure if Tomato is still free to play, but he is a budget player, and like I always say, if you like watching players who do a lot with few resources, Tomato is one of them. Zanshin, of course, is the seeded player here. Zanshin, I believe, got first place on the ladder. He usually does. He plays a lot. Autorun is here.
Autorun is also here.
Oh, right, because Autorun actually got 17th place on the ladder. So he actually did not get seeded. So Zanshin is running into Autorun first match. That's crazy. So this is going to be a huge match right here. Autorun versus Zanshin right off the bat. Yeah. If you guys want to see the sparks flying early on, here's a good match right here. Let's see here. Who else is here? Pete is Art Academy. I think that's I recognize a bunch of their names. Yep. But yeah, Zanshin versus Autorun. Check that out.
Nice.
Group L. Oh, Aaron Wilkin is here. Go up. Didn't we already see Langston? Okay, are people like keep changing their names to Langston? Like,
it's a new meme now.
Okay, so it's well, I mean, I know Air is Air. Like this is.
That's him.
This is definitely Air.
Our boy.
Oh, Lord Thy God is here, so let's see if Air wins the first match and see how he does against Lord Thy God.
Yep. Also, Chanu, I can't pronounce his name.
Who is it?
The guy fighting Chaton.
Shoni, yeah.
Yeah, that's our dude.
What do you mean?
Well, he's already in my guild.
Oh, okay, it's a guildie. I see.
Yeah.
Namida is also a pretty good player, as I recall. Yeah, I see quite a few. Yeah, I see a lot of names here I recognize. Yeah, usually when, from each playoff to each playoff, you start recognizing a lot of names. It's kind of a dead game. It's the same group of people each time. All right, so here's the group.
I like top people, but I see names that I don't have recognized before.
All right, so here's my group, and I'm kind of scared of my group. So my first match is against Cecil H, who is an Art Academy member, but also a pretty good player himself. Yeah, he's got he's got some Echo Light Skin, so that's got some intimidation power right there to start off. So even if Cecil H, he spends more on the game than me, I'm guessing, but, well, I'll try my best as I usually do. I don't know how I do, but even if I beat him, next match, Gaul. Yeah.
Oof.
So I don't expect to get very far this playoffs. And Desu Life is down here.
Oh no.
Who's this? Yeah, Desu Life is the seeded player here. So, yeah, pretty big names here. Yeso, also pretty good player. Loomis is on this side. Loomis is also a really good player. Baccarat is here.
Yeah, Baccarat's here too.
Yeah, our buddy Baccarat, who is one of the few Shao tier players on Global, possibly the only one. If you want to see
Sad
Shao
noises from Frontier.
Yeah, if you want to see Shao tier in action, Baccarat might satisfy that. Oh, Michizak is here. Big Rush player. Pretty popular. Well known.
Oh no. Everyone's here.
Yeah, so this is a pretty stacked group. Lots of players I recognize. Lots of players I know are good, so I'm pretty scared. I'll see how far I get. I'll try my best. Alright, Group N. Well, the seeded player here, I believe, is Kazgao, who I believe is a player from Korea. So, let's see who else is here. Dat Guy 7 is also a really good player. Never is over here. Those are about the names I tend to recognize who tend to get pretty high. Obviously, some of these other players I've seen before, and some of them I haven't seen, but sometimes people just change their names around just to screw with you. Alright. Let's Group O.
That's the third unit, one unit arena death person we have now.
Yeah, I don't...
What is this gimmick?
I don't know if they mean they just want people to put one unit as their arena defense, because people really arena defense is really annoying nowadays, or doing arena offense is really annoying, and some people are nice and just put one unit.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's I mean, technically, if everybody did that, we would all win, because everybody would net a higher score, I believe. Unless you get really unlucky and you get matched against over and over, but and that's sort of what caused people to start putting really annoying defenses to begin with.
Well, we have Lolly Deadsider here. Yeah,
so Marby is the seeded player here. He is not a player I recognize. Okay, 256, 256. So, yeah, he's not a player that has made it very high in the past, but he managed to get seeded this time.
Nice. Oh, Tristan, my boy.
Tristan is a good player. Kagami Rin. Lowly Devastator. Very offensive player, as I recall. And I recognize some other names here, but yeah. The seeded player here, as I said, is not one I recognize it much.
Yep, okay, last one.
Last one, Group P. So, let's see, who's the seeded player here? Oh, the seeded player here is Will_. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't think I actually fought his ultimate, but given that he...
Look at his tag. You go click it. He has a joke when you click his name.
Why can't I... Okay.
Sure.
Alright. Ooh, Bracer on the Ultimiller. Yeah, some people actually do put Bracer on SP Ultimiller because they want to preserve his last rights. Ultimiller can be pretty tanky if you build him right.
That's a pretty good idea. I wish I had a second. I wish I had another one.
Yeah, I mean, Ultimiller's accessory slot is really flexible. Like, you can give him all kinds of accessories, and he does pretty well with a lot of them.
Okay, so we got Winged Karibo, we got Red Wrath.
Red Wrath, our buddy Red Wrath, who is still hard at work helping us design our site. I know we're really late releasing our site. Like, it's my fault. I announced it too early. Like, I was too excited about it, and I announced it way before I underestimated the amount of work we had to do.
Yeah, I've had other people from other Discords complain, like, when's it gonna be done? Or like,
it's my fault. Like I said, I announced it way too early. I was just so excited that we were making a real site. It's like, but yeah, like we are working on it, guys.
It's fine. Yeah, I think him in this girl time. We also have a FS Saber. That's my boy.
All right. Yeah. So of course, we gotta support Red Wrath, who is helping us build our site and is also got some OP characters. All right. So, do you think I'm gonna watch any matches live tomorrow, Frontier?
Well, no, because I'll be at work like all day.
Ooh.
But if I do like get free time or even like time at all, I'll definitely check it in.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back and check out some of the matches together. We're not gonna watch.
I'll try to get some highlights of clips and people.
Yeah, and we're not gonna watch all of them if we watch them because, like, obviously there's a lot of matches.
I mean, yeah, 200.
I, of course, am not going to be watching any matches live. I'm gonna be hard at work fighting against Cecil H. So, yeah, that's playoffs season 7, guys. All right, let's. Okay. All right. Well, see you guys tomorrow, or I guess in like 12 hours or so. Something like that. Okay, see you guys.
See you.